everyone to our 5-part series on soil forming factors. Throughout this series we're going to cover a variety of topics including parent material, biota, topography, time, and climate. This is part 1. We're going to start off with parent material. So without further ado, let's dig in. You may be asking yourself, what is parent material? Well, parent material in a sense is what makes up the soil and is the basis for soil formation. The parent material determines key characteristics that will be used in order to help identify the type of soil and determine the benefits and drawbacks that it possesses. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if we look at this rock right here, we have a nice slab of granite. As weathering and time withers away at the stone, a base of soil will form. Although I wouldn't hold your breath because it may take some bit of time. Now, parent material doesn't always have to be minerals or stones. It can be organic matter. As you can see, I'm surrounded by pine trees. Now, when these pine trees drop their needles, they fall to the ground and start to break down. Eventually, when they break down, a new layer of soil will be formed. One characteristic about pine needles is when it breaks down into soil, it creates a very acidic soil. Now, I know what you're thinking. Parent material is just whatever's lying around. But I'm sorry to say, it is not that simple. Sometimes parent material can get transported from one place to another. This transportation can happen through the water, which is alluvial deposits, due to gravity, which is colluvial deposits, glacier movements, which is large chunks of ice pushing it, and aeolian movements, which is due to the wind. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Next, we have alluvial deposits, which is caused by moving water. Take this river, for example. As the water moves downstream, it picks up the sediment from the floor of the river and transports it along the path until it's eventually deposited at the mouth or delta of the river. Next, we have my favorite, glaciers. These sheets of ice can be up to a mile thick and would destroy anything in their path. For this demonstration, imagine the wooden plank as a glacier. As you can see, the glacier moves through the earth, pushing a lot of material with it. Eventually, the glacier will recede, leaving everything where it lay. These deposits are called moraines. For colluvial deposits, I've prepared a simple example. This will be used in order to demonstrate how gravity can cause movements of material. As you can see, there are a group of rocks held back by a board. When the board is released, gravity will take over, causing a mini landslide. Let's check it out. And finally, we have aeolian, or transportation due to wind. Wind is generated from the leaf blower, moving the leaves from one place to another. In nature, this transfer can be thousands of miles. In fact, sands from the deserts of Africa are constantly transported all the way to South America on powerful jet streams. Thank you for tuning in to part 1 of our 5-part series on soil forming factors. Join us back next week where we will be talking about topography.